Guys, for today's workout, we are going to be having a 60-minute full body workout for level 2 and 3 followers of our workout plan. Do note that this is for both level 2 and 3 followers, so it is a little more challenging than the other level 2 workouts on our channel. If you are just starting out level 2, please do not feel the need to push yourself and do every advanced variation. We recommend people at level 2 start with doing the main workout and even doing the simplified modifications. We are starting with legs, then core, then upper body, and finally cardio. To make the most of this workout, each set will be repeated twice. To learn more about why we do this, click the link in the description for more information on the training effect. For this workout, we will be doing 45 seconds of work with 10 seconds of break in between. In between each set, we also have a 30-second break. When the timer is green, it means that you can take your rest. And when the timer is white, it means that it is time to start our next exercise. Like all other exercises, breathe out as you tighten your muscles and breathe in as you relax. For this workout, all you will need is a yoga mat, and we really recommend 1 to 2 kg weights, but they can be replaced by any other 1 to 2 kg objects like water bottles. Do also remember to stay hydrated during the workout and to stop whenever you feel unwell. Our first exercise is crab walk, so stand up and bend your legs at a 90-degree angle. Just follow the GIF and take 3 to 4 steps laterally before changing directions. Be sure to really engage your glutes throughout this entire workout and do not stand up straight until the 45 seconds are up. You can do this. Towards the end, you should really start feeling this in your quads, your hamstrings, as well as your glutes. And this is a very good warm-up for the rest of our workout. I know jump lunges are a killer, so here are modified jump lunges first as a warm-up. Start in a lunge position before pushing up and jumping into the standing position. Then alternate sides and jump into the lunge position with the other leg in front. Try to go down to as close as a 90-degree angle as possible, and really spring up using your heels and the balls of your feet. If this is too easy for you, feel free to jump straight into full jump lunges, and if this is too intense, you can take it down a notch by doing reverse lunges. Next, we have squat pulses, so stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Bend your knees and go down as if you're doing a regular squat, but as you stand up, do not stand up all the way and only let your knees bend to about 130-40 angle before going back down to the 90-degree angle position. Keep pulsing for the rest of the 45 seconds. I know it burns, and if it doesn't, you are probably not isolating your glutes or your quads enough, so really try to focus on tightening your quads and your glutes and even your hamstring in this exercise. For our next exercise, donkey kick pulses, we'll need to go down to the mat and have our hands and knees on the floor. Kick high and backwards with your right leg, keeping your knee bent at a 90-degree angle. As you reach the top, pulse it up for about 10 more degrees before going back to 90 degrees. Keep pulsing for the rest of the 45 seconds. If this is too intense for you, you can do regular donkey kicks on your right side, and if you want to challenge yourself or switch it up a little, you can do 1 donkey kick and then 3 pulses at the top. Next, we'll be doing the same thing but on our other side, so just switch legs. In a similar position with your knees and palms on the floor, lift your right leg outwards towards the right side following the GIF and stop at around hip height. Keep your knee bent at a 90-degree angle throughout this exercise. If this is too intense for you, you can do ballet lifts following Jovita in the top right, and if you want to switch it up a little, you can do a combination of fire hydrants and a donkey kick. Try not to let your right leg rest on the floor when you go down from your fire hydrant kick. And also, try not to rotate your torso and really isolate your legs for this move. Make sure that your hip and back are not tightened or strained when you're doing this move as well. Next, we'll be doing the same move but on the left side. Good job, guys. That was the end of our first leg set. I hope you guys are ready for the next set. If you're not, you have the next 20 seconds to recover because there's still like 10 more seconds of the preview of the next workout. But keep pushing, guys. You got this. Good job, guys, and that's the end of the leg sets. You've done 2 sets, and now we're moving on to our first set of our core workout. Our first move is push throughs, and you'll be getting a preview in about 10 seconds, but just lie on the mat with your back on the mat. Like I said, the position for this is quite similar to a regular crunch or sit-up, so just lie on the mat with your knees bent. Lying on your back in a sit-up position, bring your hands together in front of you to form a V or like triangle shape with your fingers. Crunch up, pushing your hands through the space in between your legs, and continue pulsing and crunching your abs. You should be pushing your hands together between and like through your knees without dropping your head onto the mat. Each time, try to focus on engaging your core and pushing your fingertips as far as possible past your knees. Be sure to isolate your cores and not to use your hips or back for momentum, and try not to strain your neck, so look up at the ceiling instead of looking at your knees. If you want to level up, you can raise your legs and bend your knees at a 90-degree angle and do the same move. Okay, the next one is a killer. I'm just warning you guys, it's leg extension crunches. Start by laying flat on the floor with your hands cradling your head. As you crunch up, bend your knees and draw them in, tapping your knees with your elbows. As you lay back down, slowly extend your back down to starting position before repeating. This is a killer for both your upper and lower ab muscles, and it is a tough one, so feel free to go slow and make sure that it's control and quality moves instead of like more reps. You can even go easy and do seated knee tucks instead. Of course, if you want to challenge yourself, you can also do V-ups. Good job, guys. Now we are doing a simple but effective lower ab move, lean and punch. Sit on the floor with your knees bent at an angle. Lean back a little bit with your hands and fists in front of you before leaning back as much as you can and tapping your fists on the mat. Be sure to have as much control as you can in your core. As you return to starting position, tighten your core and try not to sit up straight to really keep the tension there. If this feels too easy, I challenge you to lean back even more or even lift your legs like in a Russian twist and do the same move. As you can see, I'm not that good at doing the lifted legs variation just because I don't think my lower abs are there yet, but of course try to do like the leaning thingy with the lifted legs, yeah. Okay, up next is another classic, Russian twists. Root into your sit bones as you lift your feet from the floor, keeping your knees bent. Elongate and straighten your spine roughly at a 45-degree angle from the floor, creating a V shape with your torso and thighs. The further back you sit, the more burn you will feel in your core. Create the letter V with your hands and tap them on the floor on both sides of you in an alternating fashion, rotating your torso. There is no need for you to speed through this motion, and it is important for you to feel the burn in your core and go in a controlled manner. To take it down a notch, you can rest your feet on the floor, and to challenge yourself a little bit, you can try to tap the elbows on the floor. For the next exercise, bicycle crunches, we are going to lie on our backs, lifting our shoulders off the mat and bending both knees at a 90-degree angle. I'm sure this is a classic that most of us know how to do, but just remember that it is not about speed, but about how engaged our core is the entire time. I know this is tough, but keep your shoulder blades off the mat and maintain a steady rhythm throughout the exercise. Remember, it's about the control and the quality of the reps instead of the number of reps. To challenge yourself, you can go even slower and really feel your core like working to control each movement. Enjoy your 10-second break before we move on to another classic ab exercise, the forearm plank. With your feet hip-width apart, rest your weight on your forearms and on your toes, keeping your body in a straight line and hold for as long as possible. Keep your abs tight and breathe slowly and deeply. Do not lift your feet or tighten your hips. If you need to take a break, you can go to your knees as seen in the top right, but try to go back to your toes as soon as possible. To level up, you can also try doing planks with hip dips, but be sure to keep a tight and controlled core. Okay, we're on to our last two exercises of this set. You got this, guys. Next up is side planks. Follow the GIF and stack your feet on top of each other as you put your weight on your right elbow. You can put your left hand on your waist or you can raise it up to the sky. It's up to you. Try to keep your body flat and perpendicular to the floor instead of leaning more towards the front. To really work your obliques, the side of your abs, imagine pulling up the right side of your body with like a string. To level up, you can do abductions, where you are kind of pulsing and tapping your hips on the floor. And if you need to take a short break, you can go down to your knees, but try to go back to your toes ASAP. Next, we'll be doing the same, but on our left side, so just turn over. Guys, if you're looking for some entertainment or like just need something to pass the time, look at my like whole body shaking so much when I'm doing this plank. Just know that when we do this workout, it's not easy for us and it's also a challenge, but that's what keeps us stronger. You know what I mean? Good job, guys, and that was the end of our first core set. Take this break to really let your abs rest before we'll get back into it in about 20 seconds with push-throughs. Good job everybody, that was the end of our abs for this workout, and next we're going to be doing our arms. You can take this short break to go and get your weights if you haven't already gotten them, and if not, you can start by going to the knee push-up position on your mat. Our first move is knee push-ups, so get ready for that. Keep your back flat, drawing a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Remember to engage your glutes and core and not to lock your shoulders or elbows. This exercise really works your shoulders, arms, abs, and chest muscles, and as well as improves core stability. So really try to do as many as you can within 45 seconds, but also remember it's about quality and not quantity. So make sure you're not just flopping your body around the mat. If you want to level up, try holding the knee push-up position for 10 seconds before releasing and repeating the movement. You're doing great. Keep going, guys. It's not easy, I know. Next, we are going to be in more or less the same position, just that your hands are closed, creating a diamond shape with your thumbs and index fingers. With these diamond knee push-ups, your elbows will be more tucked in, focusing the weight on your triceps. Be sure to keep your upper body in a straight line and engage your core throughout this move. If you want to level up, you can try holding the diamond knee push-up position for 10 seconds before releasing, similar to the previous set. The last move in this position is up and down planks. Keep going, guys. You guys are doing great. Start in a forearm plank position before placing one hand on the mat and straightening your elbow. Do the same for the other side and end up in a high plank, before going back down on your elbows in a similar alternating fashion. This one not only works out your arms but also your abs, so keep pushing on, guys. Remember to alternate the hand that pushes up first, since that one has more weight. If this is too tough for you, you can do the same thing but on your knees instead. For reverse arm flies, grab your weights and stand up with your feet hip width apart and your knees slightly bent. Do note that you do not need to go as fast as I'm going in the GIF, because it sped it up and it became a bit weird. But hinge forward at your hips and let both arms hang straight down from your shoulders with your hands facing each other. Raise both arms out to the sides as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Return to starting position and repeat this for the rest of the 45 seconds. When you're lifting the dumbbells, you should be focused on squeezing your shoulder blades together and also working your chest muscles in the front. Don't forget to engage your abs. Keep them tight so you don't put too much pressure on your lower back or neck. Good job, guys. Now we have a slightly more fun exercise, speed bag punches. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, your knees slightly bent. Raise your elbows to shoulder level and keep your hands at eye level. Imagine there is a sandbag hanging in front of you and punch your arms in a rotation manner. We will change directions in about 5 more seconds. Okay, and reverse whatever direction you're doing just now. Be sure to punch with force every time and not just do the roly with your arms. We will need our weights for this next compound move, bicep curls and punch out. Start with bicep curls. At the top, punch out forming a T formation with your body. As you do the curls, be sure to isolate your upper arms and try not to swing using your back or your momentum. When you punch out, try to do quick explosive jabs, but also do not go harder than your body can take. So start out easy and then work your way up. You can sit or stand for the last move of this set, which is prayer pulses. To do this move, put your hands together in a prayer position so that your hands are in front of your face and your elbows are touching. Hold this pose, pulsing straight up so that your elbows are on the same level as your chin when you pulse up. Return back to the original position so that your hands are at the same level as your mouth. Repeat this pulsing motion for the rest of the 45 seconds. You got this, guys. And that's the end of our first arm set. We have about 25 more seconds of rest before we go back into the knee push-ups. Your arms are probably feeling a bit like jelly, but that's how you know your muscles are gonna build and become stronger tomorrow. Good job, guys. That's the end of the arm workout section in this video, and now we'll be moving on to cardio. Our first move is squat jacks, so stand up on the mat. Also note that for this cardio sets, we are going to be doing 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off instead of 45 seconds on. Stand with your feet together, hands at your sides. Keeping your torso upright, jump your feet out wide into a sumo squat position. Your knees should be bent at 90 degrees, ensuring your knees do not go past your toes when you're squatting down. Land lightly on your feet, keeping your weight in your heels and making sure your butt is down. At the same time, push your hands above your head like a jumping jack. Still engaging your core, jump your feet back together and raise your arms over your head. To level up, do a full squat jack where your knees are bent the whole time. And we are back to the jump lunges. Keep pushing, you guys got this. I really challenge you all to challenge yourself. If not, modified jump lunges are fine. Next, we have the classic jumping jacks. I'm sure we all know how to do this, but do remember to stay light on your toes and straighten your arms the whole way. To get the most of this workout, push towards jumping harder and faster. If this is too high intensity for you, you can do a low intensity modification as shown on the right side of the screen. Next, we have a short breather with squat and punch. Weights are not required, but you can definitely use them to get the most of this workout. Do regular squats with your feet hip width apart and punch out on alternate sides. To level up, you can punch both hands at the same time doing a double punch. Okay, and we're getting our heart rate back up with air jump rope. Just pretend you're skipping rope with an invisible rope and really make sure you pace yourself during this exercise. If you need to switch it up, you can do alternating single leg skips or you can just do high knees. Next, we have 180 jump squats. Stand with your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart with your toes pointing slightly outward. Sit back and do a regular squat. Push through your heels to jump up, spinning to the left or the right by 180 degrees. Land on your toes with your knees slightly bent and do a regular squat before jumping up, spinning back to the other direction and doing a squat. For high knees, stand with your feet hip width apart. Lift up your left knee to the chest. Switch to your right knee and do the same, trying to hit your hands like around your hip level. I know you know how to do high knees. Continue the movement, alternating legs and moving at a sprinting or running pace. If this is too intense for you, you can just jog in place. Okay, we can have some fun with the last move of this set, skaters and touchdowns. We are going to do skaters 3 to 4 times before jumping into a sumo squat and tapping the floor twice. Have some fun with this and you can vibe with the music if you're listening to any. If this is too complicated, you can also just do regular skaters, but try to kick your heels to your butt as you do the skaters and really feel it in your hamstrings. Good job, everybody. We're at our last set for this entire workout. So take the next 20 seconds to catch your breath before we tackle the last cardio set. You got this, guys. Keep going. Make sure also to keep yourself hydrated because I know you'll be losing a lot of water through sweat. And that's it. Good job, everybody. I know this was not an easy workout, but you did it, and I hope you're feeling great. And I hope that tomorrow you can wake up and feel stronger and more confident in your own body. I hope you can also stay for more stretches, and Alexa will be coming up soon for that.
Hope you guys had a good workout, and now we will be doing some stretches to cool ourselves down after that intense workout. There will be 10 30-second stretches with a 5 seconds break in between each stretch, and use this time to just calm yourself down and relax. Remember to take deep breaths throughout, and let's get started. Firstly, we will start with some deep breathing. As you inhale, bring your arms towards the ceiling and hold it there for about 3 to 5 seconds before exhaling and lowering yourself into a squat position. Remember to do this slowly and to really focus on your breathing, and use this time to relax yourselves. Moving on to the shoulder stretch, bring your left hand towards your right and use your right hand to press your arm towards you to feel the stretch in your shoulder. Try not to shrug your shoulders while doing this stretch. Now repeat this on the other side. Remember to bring your shoulders down and keep on taking deep breaths throughout the stretch. Now it's time for the bicep stretch. Put your hands together at the back and raise them up as high as you can. Focus on the stretch that you are feeling on your back. Great job so far. Now with feet wide apart, lower your upper body down towards the floor for the forward stretch. You should be feeling the stretch in your calves and hamstring, and try your best to go as low as possible. We are halfway there. Now go into a downward dog position and bend one leg at a time to stretch your calves. Make sure your heel is fully touching the ground and that you're focusing on the stretch on your calves. Next up is the Cobra Pose. Lie on the floor on your stomach and straighten your arms to push your upper body off the floor to feel the stretch in your abdominal muscles. Look up while holding this position to stretch your neck as well. Now bend your knees and rest your upper body on your thighs for the child pose. Use this time to take deep breaths and be fully comfortable with yourself. You're doing great so far. We will end this session with the quad stretch as our last two stretches. Hold on to one foot with your hand to feel the stretch in your quads, and make sure your whole body is aligned by pressing your hips forward. We are almost done. Now switch sides as we hold this stretch for a little while more. Hold on to a surface if you have trouble balancing, or squeeze your thighs together to help you with your balance. And we are done. Thank you so much for joining us and see you next time. Bye!